Hi friends, I'm Katie Moore, the Ironheart Mama. Okay, I keep getting the same questions over and over again. Will you please make a video about staying on plan on Trim Healthy Mama? Yes, I'm going to right now. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to say is let's really talk about the plan. So if you're doing Trim Healthy Mama, but you have not read this book yet, you need to. This is critical for you having the information that you need to do this and to do it well. So I know that it's a lot of information to dive into, but if you know the basics, you can start slowly and you can ease yourself into it. I'm not an ease myself into it type of person. I read and I dive in, all in, okay? But I know some people really do need to hear a little bit of it, read it, process through it, and then figure it out little by little. I'm the type of person that says I'm quitting everything else cold turkey and I'm just doing this because otherwise I won't really do it. So depending on how you are in that way, grab that book, read through it, either dive in or just implement it slowly, little by little. Okay, so that book is the first key to staying on plan because it is the plan book. I will leave the link below so you can go ahead and go check that out. So next I will say that hydration is actually really important. So you will see in most of my videos that I almost always have a quart jar of something in it. This something is water and kombucha. So I make my own kombucha and I drink it regularly. And I also make a lot of Good Girl moonshines and a lot of sippers. And I keep myself hydrated for different reasons. But one of the reasons, hold on, sit. I'm almost out. One of the reasons that I keep hydrated is because my body knows that I need something when I'm dehydrated, but it doesn't know what. My brain and my body have these little conversations. And it used to be that I would grab a snack instead of a drink because I didn't realize that I was thirsty. And my kids have done the same thing. So I know that this isn't just just me being weird. It's common to try to grab food when you actually just need water. So whether your water is plain and pure and simple or it's flavored up, just stay hydrated. And that's a really great way to stay on plan, to avoid snacking or overindulging at meals. So that really helps me keep on plan. So because there are limits to how much fat and carbs that you should have, and I know that nobody likes to really talk about that much because nobody likes to crunch numbers, which I get. But I'm the type of person that I'm ooh, I'm really hungry for a snack, and I end up being thirsty, and so I overindulge in some really fatty snack and have a meal of crazy high fatty foods. Okay, so anybody else like that, please let me know. Okay, so the next is meal planning. I'm going to keep this really simple. I have tons of posts, and I will link them below on meal planning and some of the best tips. But what I will say right now is that I really believe that repeating meals are helpful to keep your body and your mind knowing what's coming next. And there's some psychology behind this, okay? So I won't delve in right now, but I can tell you that if you, every day you have, not every day, but if you have a 7-day menu and your breakfast, your snack, your lunch, your snack are all the same, you're going to start knowing what you have, and you're just going to grab it. You're going to grab your snack because you're hungry and you need it. Also, by the way, bonus, if your kids know that your snacks are planned in, they don't ask you 5 million times a day, what are we eating or what's for snack, because they can see, if they're old enough, they can see, and even the younger ones start knowing hey, this is what's for snack. And for mamas that are busy that maybe forget to feed themselves sometimes, just tell me if that's you, okay? It's really good to have those snacks all planned in because then you're not, again, overindulging at a mealtime or getting hangry. My blood sugar gets low and I get really grumpy. So I try to avoid that for my family. So comforting meals, having those snacks. Also, I plan in comfort meals. Did I say comfort meals? Planning snacks, repeating meals. That's what I meant. Repeating meals, planning in your snacks, and then also those comfort meals. So my family just has some family favorites. Now, a lot of those I've been able to quickly and easily adapt them to fit Trim Healthy Mama, and that works out perfectly. But again, just remember there are crossovers that happen there, and Fun Friday let me tell you, like, I have crossover meal almost every Friday evening because we have fun Friday meals, and it's just something that we've always done and that we really enjoy doing together. So, if I feel like I need to cut out certain things or a crossover isn't going to make me feel better, then I'll avoid it. But for the most part, like, crossovers, like 3 or 4 times a week for me is great. Like, it's perfect, and I'm still losing weight, and I feel really good, and my hormones are balanced, so beautiful. Okay, crossover, comfort meals, whichever, include those in there. Next is have backup meals and snacks. Okay, so if you have backup meals and snacks, like say your entire week falls apart, that you can either you have something tucked away in your cupboard or in your freezer, or you can run out to the store and grab, like, for us it's a rotisserie chicken in a bag, in like a Caesar salad or whatever, some sort of salad, and I bring it home, I throw it all together, and we have a quick, easy dinner that's still on plan. Same with, like, just having stuff in your cupboard that you don't want to eat all the time. Like, it could be a crossover meal, but it's a backup, so it's a fun meal, it's a quick meal, and you're not, like, going off plan, or you're not, like, hey, stopping at McDonald's for, like, a cheeseburger or whatever. Okay, so having backup meals or things in your mind or on a list that are meals that you can have in case everything goes wrong that day. Okay, so that's really helpful. Yeah, okay, so that's right for the meal planning. Again, I will link some things below so you can check those out. Next is only buy things that are on plan. Okay, so this is one of those most controversial things. My family won't eat what's on plan. My family, they just want Pop-Tarts and ramen noodles. By the way, that's like what my kids will sometimes ask me for. That's not like a judgment call on anybody else. I know my family, that's what they're going to ask for. And occasionally, by the way, they do get ramen noodles and Pop-Tarts, and it's just part of life. It happens sometimes, okay? But generally, those things are not in my house because they're not on plan, and they're not actually really all that good for us. So my family eats most of the things that I do on plan, and it's a family endeavor. They each help me meal plan. I have them, like, so these 2 cookbooks are, like, our basic cookbooks, okay? So I have these in my house, and if you see all these little tabs, I didn't do this. My kids did, because they were picking out things that they wanted to eat or they wanted to make, and I get them involved, and that's been huge in being able to stick to plan and only have things in my house that are on plan. Your family, like, they're the best cheerleader that you're ever going to have. Include them in it. Tell them why you're doing what you're doing, and let them get behind you. Let them help you. You will see, like, such a big difference in your family when you let them be part of, like, the solution and help you. So I encourage you, get rid of the stuff that's off plan. Don't bring it into the house, because you're going to have plenty of opportunities to eat things off plan outside of the house. And if your family give you a really hard time about it, let them know, like, this is why we're not having as much of these things in our house, because mom needs to do this, or dad needs to do this, or whatever it is, we need to get healthy. Like, that's a good thing. And that sort of stuff, like teaching your kids about health and why we're doing this, that's something that they're going to take with them later on in life. Okay, so off that little soapbox, right? And we already talked about crossovers being on plan, right? Yeah? Okay, so what happens when you fall off plan or go off plan or off the wagon, whatever that is? I don't even know. Are you off the wagon or are you on the wagon? Who knows? If you know, tell me, okay? So when I do have seasons where I'm off plan, and it does happen, I went to New York, and I wasn't going to ask the family that was hosting us and feeding us to stick to only Trim Healthy Mama stuff. So I ate stuff that was off plan. And, like, that happens sometimes in your own house. Just things start happening. Those off-plan items come in the house because someone's bringing you food or whatever it is. Just be prepared that those things will happen. Now, you might suffer a little bit from it, so you do want to try your best to stick to things that you know will make your body feel good. But if you fall off the plan, if you're off the plan, I highly recommend fuel cycles. There has been nothing for a hormone hormone booster, reset. That's what I was going. A weight loss booster, a hormone reset. Like, I would just be feeling sluggish and I'd have gained a little bit of weight. My hormones start feeling off or just like different health concerns. And I start a fuel cycle, and that has been just enough to like kick those hormones back into shape, which is awesome. And my weight loss starts again, and like I end up having great, like my balanced hormones and weight loss actually long after the fuel cycle. So I don't remember when I did my last fuel cycle. I think it was like sometime in May. It was in May. And like, what are we at? July. And guys, I'm still losing weight. So I'm feeling really good. My hormones are doing really well. And I will talk about some other things coming up soon, actually, about blood sugar and what I have learned in the last couple months. So now that I just said all of that, guys, if this video has been helpful or encouraging to you, please like it, comment below, subscribe. That really tells me and YouTube that like we're in the right direction, and I really like, it's my heart to encourage you on your journey with Trim Healthy Mama. And if I can do that, and also like being on a budget, because like, let's face it, most of us, we're still having to focus on a budget because, you know, it's life. But anyhow, I think that's all I should say right now, right? Okay. Thanks for joining me, friends. I'm Katie, the Ironheart Mama. Bye.